explode on top of Booberry and Panzer. The double kill coming out for Booberry, and now it is not looking good for Asia as the triple does go down. Captain Booberry totally out of mana with that level 6 Raven form, but he's able to secure himself the triple kill. There are no more revives. It is just the Mike trying to take on 1 versus 3, and unfortunately for him, he is going to drop. Will he take Booberry with him? He will.
Oh, he does. He does get that kill on Booberry. I've just loaded back into the game. What timestamp are you at?
7:58. Cool. Watching Gallia dies. Maybe not.
Oh, narrowly alive right over there, using that health potion. Gonna go ahead and hit that recall. Earthwind Starter, such an interesting skin. Big fan of that one. And Infeed Darius, is he coming down? Is his axe angry? Is his axe better than Infeed's scythe axe? Whatever she's got down there. Gets him with the apprehend. And Infeed trying to run away. Talus is just like racking up those hits on Infeed down there. And going. Noxian Guillotine taking down Infeed. Giving Infeed a taste of what he was doing last game down there. So
yeah, the Dunk Master.
Yeah, Talus.
Going, gone. That's exactly the way. Yeah, you bleed him out, you get the Guillotine damage, and it is beautiful. What's going on up top, however, Aish going for a ninja back cap is going to get it to about halfway. Half-Hearted is going to be up there to stop Aish in her tracks. And it does look like we are going to be having to regroup a bit. Blind Pick Bandits, again, not winning out the very first fight, are on a little bit of the back foot.
And a group of them going up to the top. We have Blind Pick Banditos assaulting the windmill right there. Garrison gets thrown down on the points to heal it up. And Swain catches more than a few people with his Never Move right there, but he's just not doing a lot of damage right now. And there's minions coming up there as well. This tower, a second Garrison gets thrown down, determined not to lose this, putting the hurt in on Talith, and they are able to get Talith down there. And almost get a Parkhurst. Captain Booberry needs to get a little bit closer. Misses with the Never Move, unfortunately. Now Parkhurst can just kind of safely poke from back there, but Panzer just diving pretty hard for him with that Cyclone, and you're gonna get Cyclone guy. Get that Kathian surprise. Is he gonna try and dodge? No, not gonna be successful with the dodge. Pop that maybe a little bit too late there. And did get taken down, but pays Evelynn Child Support defends that to top point, but Eulalia is really pushing in on Infeed down the bottom lane. It's got him forced up against the tower and has to recall back for mana right now. Brand, Half-Hearted picking up that Storm Shield in the middle of the map there. We've seen Half-Hearted with his damage, all turning long, doing a really good job. The Hex Tech Sweeper checking that bush right there. Half-Hearted's got that. Gives that extra vision, makes sure that you can sort of look in there and be like, is something horrible gonna happen if I walk this way? Get that Hex Tech Sweeper, gives you HP, CDR, AP, very, very good item to have, especially in this game mode.
Cannot say enough good things about the AP Hex Tech Sweeper. It's a good item to this game. It really does make a lot of good choices here for if you really do want to go to those AP. That's something that Mike likes to run a lot as well when he's on Voodoo, get that sweeper up there. But now with Mike on that Teemo, we see the level 6 eggs going all the way down throughout this jungle, keeping an eye on this mid. There goes the grab on top of Parker's Painkiller, trying to make amends, but Aish, how did Aish not go down? There we go, the burning ticks from Brand, they kill each other essentially, and now that's going to leave Swain in this top lane, doing a little bit of a solo defense. Now, can he take on Talith? Talith thinks that he can take on him at any rate, now with two buddies in the back. Never Move, not going down. In fact, he's just going to be dropping in fairly quick order. Panzer's, however, able to pick up the revenge kill. Not exactly the double, but hey, point is saved. He owns it for a little bit, but that is a mighty big creep wave coming.
And he doesn't have a Cyclone yet to be able to clear that out with. He has a few seconds left on it, so he can't just sweep that all away. And Painkiller coming from the back. Oh, he's going for a Parkhurst, but can Panzers handle Talith? No, he cannot, and turns right around there. And now Painkiller and Talith kind of facing off a little bit, but Aish comes in, grabs Painkiller, hits him with the Powerball, gets him with the taunt, and Talith's going to give him the axe right there as Half-Hearted arrives at the top point. Misses with the Pillar of Flame, misses with the Seer, I believe that's called. Yes, I got that one right, so happy. Talith PA is going to pick that up while Aish keeps him zoned away, and throw that Pillar on Mike, but he's taking so much damage. Half-Hearted's got that poison die. He's got to get out. I don't know, you get the Health Relic. No! Health Relic denied. Aish should have snatched that thing up instead.
Yeah, good game in that top, so Windmill now turning over to the Blind Pick Bandits. At the same time, Eulalia was in this bottom lane. Looks like she went down. Not entirely too sure what killed her, but she did win the duel against the Infi, and that is putting a lot of pressure on this bottom lane. It is forcing people to pay more attention to the bottom lane, and I don't know. I don't think we've really seen an overwhelmingly huge advantage for any Diana.
Half-Hearted just picked up an Oracle's Extract. He wants to get those mushrooms. He wants to make sure he knows where they are and take them down. But is he going to live long enough to make that investment valuable? Not looking like it. So he did just kind of, unfortunately, throw away the gold on that. Got a little bit too eager, maybe, checking out like that. I'm not sure if I like that. But it's a very good strategy. Like, he knows that they're out there. He knows he's going to be going against a really aggressive map control from Zemike, and he wants to be able to limit that as much as possible. And that Oracle's Extract is a part of that. So it's going to set him back a little bit. But we'll see if he ends up picking up another one at some point or not during the game. Teemo in the middle of the map, and Talith PA up at the top by himself, just kind of hanging out. But that means that where Darius is at top, that means they can safely go down for the bottom and go for Eulalia here, and not have to worry about him. Captain Booberry and Painkiller and friends down there going for Eulalia right away. Aish goes into that fight, and they're trying to keep Eulalia alive, but she just isn't able to sustain there. Parkhurst quickly made work of by a combination of abilities, and now it's just Aish. Branded Darius over in the middle of the map by the refinery, and that's sort of a lane over there right now while all of this goes down on the bottom.
Yeah, a lot of action centered around a lot of different points here on the map. Talith is going to get that reset. No, it's not going to be reset after that, but a lot of kills in this bottom lane, and it does look pretty much overwhelmingly in the favor of Evelynn Child Support, at least in that bottom lane. Infeed was able to easily solo down Eulalia, and then that big team fight just did not go the way that the blind picks Bandits wanted it to. Now Eulalia able to get a little bit of a revenge kill, and you can see that Wukong not going to stick around, instead just going to head on out. But hey, doesn't really matter. We still got the 3 points for the blind picks, which means that the points are ticking down in their favor. You can see more Hextech Sweeper in the action, trying to get those eggs, but it might be the death of Half-Hearted yet again. Talith is here. He does not have to kill the team up, but with the bleeds should be enough to finish him off. Indeed, another kill for the Dunk Master. 8 and 3 down. Doing a really good job.
Damage that Brand can do in a team fight is completely ridiculous. I mean, base damage, let's say he hits all 5 champions with everything. The AoE, the stun, the pyroclasm. If he hits people with everything, the total base damage is like 4k spread across that team. And then when you add an AP ahead of that, Brand is just doing crazy amounts of damage. But they're doing a really good job of shutting him down. And Eulalia getting ganked down here bottom again. 3-man gank going on down at the bottom, but Rammus with that maneuverability, Zemike, Teemo with that same excessive amount of maneuverability, they're able to quickly get down there and respond that and deflect them away from that point.
Parker's trying to defend this top, but yeah, Eulalia does seem to be getting a lot of extra attention here from Evelynn Child Support. And Parker's not nearly so mobile as the champions we just talked about. Is going to get insta-gives, pretty much just deleted. As Aish running back to the point, wants to put up some kind of tower defense. We do got Zemike coming up from the mid, but is it going to be enough? We do got 4 very healthy top laners from Evelynn Child Support, as it does look like Darius able to take a little bit of revenge in that bot lane, but it does not matter. Windmill turning over yet again to Evelynn Child Support, and they're going to be evening out the score a bit.
Zemike has some really interesting but also really good mushroom placement. You can't like sneak around that Storm Relic by going above that little thing, because he has that. He's got mushrooms there, and he's got mushrooms in both these bushes, and you can see how it's kind of symmetrical on either side. He's got things put in the same places, just same spots on each side. He knows where the valuable points are on the map. Playing as support, he knows where all these things need to go, and using that vision, he's really giving his team a significant advantage here, because there's just so much incomplete information. Look, 2 Hextech Sweeper shots go off in that one there. One thrown down there, and the other one was thrown off in the other bushes a moment ago. I missed that one. But yeah, Brand with that Hextech Sweeper, like, checking for those mushrooms, wants to make sure he clears them, and Evelynn Child Support really making use of that vision in regards to their position, because you see every time that we got engagement going on over here at the side, we got Aish and Talith PA getting caught by Panzers and Half-Hearted, but who is caught? Boom! Painkiller misses with the grab, unfortunately, starts to circle around back the other way, but all he would find there is a Teemo mushroom, and while that's going on, Kog'Maw attempts to go for the windmill.
I don't think that Kog'Maw is really one of those solo push kind of guys. really does get cut out a lot, and as evidenced here, all you have to do is a 2-on-1. At the same time, again, Eulalia cannot get in the beautiful end of the stick instead of getting hit by the ugly stick. I mean, it's just not a good situation in that bottom lane. 3-on-1 is the best of the encounter, but Eulalia does not have that revive up. It is in fact still down for another 9 seconds. Good point, though. That bottom lane, that's where, wow, how did Timo die? Bottom lane, this is where the quest is. So that's why you're seeing a lot of the attention to this bottom lane. Talent knows this, going to go for the stop, is going to get the Noxian Guillotine, and here comes the rest of the team to help out, just chase off Infeed. So close to getting that quest, but better luck next time.
Ooh, and Infeed trying to make that dive for Talith, but Talith, Painkiller's school, he's been there, graduated, got the diplomas, manages to live through that. Aish trying to get away now. He's got that DBC up, the defensive ball curl there, in the air rather, and he's popping that power ball and getting on out of there. For those of you that are not familiar, the Painkiller survival method is a reference to when players get low on hit points, there's a player that excels at operating at low hit points, and that is Painkiller, who's playing as Blitzcrank in this game. We got an engagement going on down at the bottom end of the map. Captain Booberry down there defending, but those creeps are really working that tower. They get the neutral off on it as well, but he's going to snare a Parkhurst and take him out there. And Eulalia now in a pretty bad spot because she has to deal with Infeed and she has to deal with Painkiller.
Yeah, but here comes Talent PA, the Dunk Master. It is going to be Diana with the kill again on Eulalia, now sitting at 7 deaths, but a lot of attention being put onto this point. And again, the bottom lanes are those quests. So you see some big resistance coming out from Paige Evelynn shots where they clean that up 3 for 1. Not a problem. Actually, maybe even 3 for 0. Didn't we just kill someone?
They got,
yeah, they killed Swain.
Yeah.
Swain used revive. That's why.
I think
It was
that for a second.
crazy. But yeah, defending the point, good job. That quest still up for grabs, and that's why we're seeing a lot more attention in more the mid to lower end of this map. Talith looking really strong. Gomu's Ghostblade into that Phage. I mean, it's really hard to get away from Darius as is. Get a lucky Phage proc.
Managed to hit every single mushroom in the middle of the map right there, moving around just prior. And Zamike immediately throwing those mushrooms right back down after that. He seems to want to keep certain areas of the map heavily warded with those mushrooms, and he had 3 pocketed when that happened, so he's not trying to do the whole map. He just wants to keep certain key areas revealed and trying to get them down there. They're able to get 2 of them down. Engagement going on at the top.
I've been more enamored with this bottom lane. Talent and Eulalia able to take him out lemming style in that bottom lane. They are going to secure themselves that quest. Unfortunately, Mike just barely missing the buff, and Parker's about to lose his immediately as Captain Booberry showing some really good tanking skills in this top lane. Does look like Half-Hearted gets himself a little bit of health. Is probably going to come back here for attempt number 2, but no, he's going to get hit from behind. Eulalia leaving her lane, saying, "Hello, there's a scorpion on your ass." Picks up a nice kill to her name. Trinity Force, Wit's End, and it's back a pickaxe into a Vamp Scepter. She's not exactly a soft hit at this point. They're able to clean up Blueberry top as well.
Yeah, Fight Skarner is a pretty good thing to have on your side. Zamike poking his head around those bushes, and Talith PA gets grabbed, he gets airborne, and we might see Talith PA get taken out right there. Very good grab by Painkiller, and Talith is just circling. What's the Benny Hill music at right there? And he does eventually get taken down. Zamike's just got mushrooms, eggs all over the place, and now Eulalia seems like she's going to be the victim, but she throws down the suppress on Half-Hearted and helps Zamike to pick up that kill, and he wants some of Painkiller. He's trying to kite them into the mushrooms. Ace shows up there to throw down a little bit of damage, a little bit of taunt, but
No!
Timo has gotten punched by a robot and is dead.
Punched in the butt.
Butt punch OP, man. I tell you what. Painkiller up at the top now, taking that windmill, low hit on the hit points there. And they're going to get the neutral. They're going to be able to cap this before anyone else gets up here. But the question is, are they going to be able to hold it? The only person that is en route up to the top point right now is Infeed. Looks like he's going to change his route a little bit. Looks like he's going to go down bottom. And not Infeed, excuse me. Talith PA, the change in Darius characters. Infeed's down bottom. Talith Darius heading down towards the bottom lane now. Going for that point and looking for that gank right there. Eulalia's suppressed. Is on cooldown right now, I believe, and we're going to see, is she going to be able to make it? Yeah, she is going to be able to help him secure that kill. And now Painkiller is there trying to lay on this point. Panzer's coming down as well, and Eulalia is taken out, so is Talith. and Talith was not able to get that Noxian Guillotine before dying there. Half-Hard tried to defend up for the top as long as he can. Misses with the Seer on Teemo, though, so he has to go in for an AA, but isn't able to get it before dying. And now, Blind Pick Banditos is going to pick up the windmill.
Going back and forth, it is definitely an edgy game. 186 to 153 still could be anybody's win at this point. But looking at some of these skills, I mean, 13-6 on Darius. Again, Darius, guys, ban him out. Don't deal with this jerk of a champion, because he will dunk you into the ground. 1,100 points. But at the same time, you mean Swain, no slouch to anything here. 10 and 8, and of course Wukong playing to his strengths here in minute 14 and 5. A lot of kills on the board across the map. And, you know, again, yeah, Talith doing really good. I did like how Talith did an excellent job intercepting Pays Up and Child Support when they were going for that top pick. And again, coming down bottom just combos very well with Evelynn, able to get that dunk. At the same time, however, Wukong in that top lane, it's really hard to discount what a Wukong can do to you. Half-Hard not the defender of choice in this bottom. He's going to get melted down pretty much immediately. And this could be a fourth point to the Blind Pick
Banditos has been doing a very good job all game long of controlling Half-Hard. Half-Hard's one of the better brands that there is, but they also are aware of this, and they've been doing a really good job of focusing him. And down that bottom lane, I mean, he just got shut down very quickly. Didn't really get to defend for very long at all there. And now Infeed Paid Killer trying to get their bottom point back, but Aish and Eulalia down there quite tanky. And Aish is going to go down. Eulalia is able to delay for long enough for Zemike to get there. And it looks like Zemike is able to bail her out. She is holding on to that point right now as Darius and Kog'Maw push the top end of the map. Half-Hard getting pushed up against his tower, or not tower, but getting pushed toward his platform. Painkiller not able to land that grab, and Teemo backing off a bit, Eulalia backing off a bit, and it looks like they are just going to let that point go. They're going to let them take that. They have the windmill. That's what their objective was. They wanted to get the windmill. They used that bottom point for as long as they needed to in order to make that happen. Now they're just going to give it up. And they're going to settle in the spot where they have the 3 points on the map that they'd like to have.
Yeah, almost keeping that 4. Unfortunately, yeah, Quarry is going to go back to Pays Up and Child Support, but it's still looking good here for Blind Pick Bandits to take game number 2. They're 40 points ahead, and when you get down to the double digits, you know, that's when you start really got to think about that death clock ticking away. Every point is a point you can't get back, and it's not looking good right now. Pays Up and Child Support. They got to make something happen here now. In terms of this bottom lane, Infeed still going toe to toe with Eulalia, but it's a really slow go from both ends. It's just like there's no big burst. It's just, you know, really slow going. But Talith able to pick up the revenge kill. Oh no, not able to grab this round. That's a big misplay on his part. Does get the kill, but now without that Noxian Guillotine and a 3 versus 1 situation. Unless we have some revives ready to go, which I'm not too sure we do. Rammus is going to come in here, try to do something. Captain Bootberry, however, getting 2-on-1 up top. You can see a Hard Curse. Just doing some amazing work in terms of Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is kind of termed the hyper AD carry in Summer Rift, and there's no lie about it here in Dominion. After 20 minutes and a lot of items later, plus the range, yeah, it can start really hurting. Eulalia getting grabbed, insta-give. This might be what Pays Up and Child Support
Yeah, they had a very successful section of ganks down there at the bottom, but Blind Pick Banditos was also kind of going in one after another after another. It was just kind of, yeah, it's like Lings on autopath in your base, so bad right there, going one after another after another. I don't know, I don't think that, but I mean, they were also really desperate to get that tower. They couldn't have grouped up, because if they did, things would have ended up going down to Parkhurst getting caught, taking all the damage of the game right there. Talith PA now on the run from the murder train that's a-coming their way, as the death clock keeps ticking down there. 100 and almost below 100 now. We got Aish going for a back cap down on the bottom as Hex descends on the top point.
Half-hearted, you know, keeping him off. 2-on-1 in this bottom. It looks like he might drop the Parkhurst. He is a kind of a glass cannon if you start focusing. I mean, he does go down, but one left alone from range, it is a thing to behold. So we keep our bottom quarry. Infeed is able to successfully defend top with Captain Blueberry, but it does look like they are going to lose that 4th cap, but it does not matter. We are now having on our hands a really close race to the finish. 66 to 75. Blind Pick need to make something happen, just like Pays Up and Child Support.
And Eulalia barely getting out of that fight intact there. Aish taking a lot of damage, but living a long time as well, doing that tanking thing that he does. So Mike's setting up the Field of Dreams of Mushrooms, the Mushroom Road right there, and Infeed is going to recall back, and Wally's going to hop back as well, and Talith is just feeding creeps to this top point up there. Each one of those ones that hits it takes the capture down a little bit on that tower. Capture hit points, not sure what to call them, settle for capture for right now. They got to check on that bush with the Hextech sweeper right there from Brand. Good use of that, saw that Teemo coming, and a dash right into Aish. Aish getting the hurt put on him, and Zamike taking a lot of damage as well, getting forced out away from that top part. And Zamike being up there means he wasn't down to put any damage on Half-Hearted. He was zoned up away from them. Aish still alive though. Painkiller able to take down Darius. And now, Aish is trying to retrieve, I don't think he's going to get. The Power Fist goes off, bobs him up into the air. And Hex is turning this around. They might be able to secure this game if they keep this up.
Color me really surprised at this point. They have now taken the lead 66 to 36, and that's effectively less than a minute left in this match. If Line 6 Banditos cannot make anything happen, and at the rate the Lemming style is not working for them, I'm not too sure they're going to be able to do anything up there. Looking at Infeed in this bottom, low hit points, no problem. Ish still really having a hard time trying to take that, but it does look like she will be dropping a big defense in this top lane against the Blind Pick Bandit, but it does look like some burning damage or maybe some poison damage, no bleeding damage. They would take down Wukong Town, however, it's going to be paying for it at Parker's. You know, again, lots of damage, but once they start turning on him, he just has to run away. Blitzcrank able to take down Aish, and now here comes Panzers into the bottom lane. Down goes the robot, the revive goes off. Alalia fighting for her life. We've got Parker's dead in the top. He's looking for that revenge blow-up. Almost takes down Blueberry to his name, but we're into the final throws. 8 points left on the match. 6, and I don't see any caps going off anywhere for the Blind Pick Bandits, and Alalia rage quits.
Preemptive quit this part of the game. It's 10 seconds. I'm gonna get your milkshake. You know how it is. You played those games, man. But that is a brutal game. That game getting turned around like that at just not quite the 0 hour, but let's say the 66-point hour, we'll call it, in that game. And just the way that Half-Hearted got shut down early on in the game, but they were able to kind of come back later on and turn that around with the damage from Wukong instead. Looking at, you know, taking just a little bit of a glance at the builds, you know, over there, we see that they had a couple of Wits Ends rocking. They had a Force of Nature going on, Spirit Visions, bunch of Mercury Treads. They had they were prepared for Brand. There's not a lot of anti-AD, and as the game progressed on, they built more of that MR, had less of that armor. Panzer's Wukong just got stronger and stronger and stronger, and some of those plays, you know, some of that Cyclone, and some of that Nimbus Strike damage that he was putting out really helped to turn things around, especially with the focus they put on Half-Hearted. The victory is going to go to Pays Evelynn Child Support 2-0 against Blind Pick Banditos in the finals of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 22.